And even after the goal, Martinelli was taking on the fullback at every chance he got. And I'm like, okay, who's this guy? Yo, Arsenal doing it away in Spain. Athletic 0 and Arsenal 2. I have just two things to say. Squad depth, best defense in the world. I'm Otoide. I have my brother Eddy here, and we're kicking back, talking reactions after this beautiful Champions League win. Eddy, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling not so good. You could hear from my voice. It's a change of weather for me, and I kind of suffer when we change seasons, right? Anyway, to the game. It was a game that I expected tight. Going to the San Mamés is never easy for anybody, irrespective of the quality. But at the end of the day, as you said, squad depth made the difference. And this is why even when the lineup was released, and some reactions that I saw was people wanting certain players to start, people complaining, why are we going with the same midfield that we had against Liverpool? And this match is just a lesson to these kind of people, which they are within their right to ask questions, but it shows that you shouldn't be bothered about who is on the pitch alone. The fact that you can look to your bench and have game changers like this is a testament of what the club has, the ammunition that they have to go into any battle. And it was beautiful to see that the rejected stone has become the builders, as the saying goes, right? So
yep, I called Martinelli out last week. I called him out. Yep. And this is basically what competition does. He was barely on the field for 5 minutes and Trossard released him, and there was a bit of certainty the moment he was one-on-one with his defender, right? He had one thing and one thing only in his mind,
just
race to go, and there was commendable composure, to finish that up.
Yeah,
this is
he did.
bringing back.
He had an assist from that, right?
Yes,
he had an assist. So basically, in 15 minutes of football, he had a goal and an assist. Same thing we saw last week. Trossard having an assist. Today, Trossard scoring, which is not surprising to us. Is
having an assist as well. Because
so
he was the one who flicked the ball over.
Yeah, is what he has in his locker. So it was an amazing game to watch, a tactical one at that, and I really enjoyed it. It was one of those, nerve-wracking games where little margins and quality would make the difference. So again, it's 3 points on the board, 15 more to go to secure top 8, or 12 more to go, in my opinion, to secure top 8. And we go on from there and look towards the weekend. This is done and dusted. Tomorrow is a new day. You start again.
We get ready for the Premier League. But you know what? It's actually crazy hearing the reactions about Marino's selection, especially after watching Marino score a hat-trick, in the game after the Liverpool game, during the international break. I would have thought, okay, people now understood that Marino is actually as much an attacking threat as he does provide some solidity in the midfield, right?
Yeah.
And those reactions, our fan base
can be. So the thing is, this is why I think those reactions, these kind of things, or those selections stem those reactions, right? People have this notion that football is played the way you line up, right? Because traditionally, you're not seeing an attacking midfielder. You just decide, we're not going to be creative. We're not move the ball forward. There was a lovely pass that Marino gave in the second half to Gyokeres to release him.
Yeah.
That tells his ability. If he has the ball to give, he would. And he was immense today, irrespective of, he was immense. Look at his touches. The thing is, everybody would play, everybody would contribute. And that would bring me to we had two players make their debut today for Arsenal, in Northgard and in Kappi. What do you think of their performance? Though it was short, but
it was a bit of a cameo. Northgard actually did some pretty good work on the right towards the end of the game, just retaining the ball, keeping things composed, and recycling, and just making sure we saw out the game in a tidy manner. So not enough to, get all excited and be like, oh, wow. But we already know what Northgard is capable of, as we've been watching him in the Premier League for a couple of seasons now. And he obviously brings, stability to the midfield. Immediately, Arteta made those subs. I was like, yep, haram ball time. 2 goals
It's
done.
a lock up, like keep
Lock
your
up.
yeah, keep.
And yeah, it's beautiful to see how difficult it is to score Arsenal. And I think
told
our
you.
biggest test would be against City. So
City, yeah.
it's not even our biggest test. Liverpool was actually a big test, right? And they
It
could
took a
only
worldie
get
for them to
through
score.
it. Exactly. So, I'm looking forward to the game at City. It would be quite an exciting one. Haaland is in smoking form, but yeah, no problem.
Yeah, but
we'll talk about that
for some
game
time.
in
For some time now, he hasn't been a problem to us because of how our defenders tend to handle it. And speaking of defenders, let's talk about the performances today. Mosquera again he was so good today.
We owe Valencia money.
We have to send some gifts. Or if we have a kid that we want to develop, we can send to them for free to help.
No. Let me rephrase that. They owe us money. Remember, they sold us someone.
Mustafi. Yeah. So
this is them trying to make up for selling us for that 35 million.
I agree.
So yeah, they've done well.
To continue on performances, Gyokeres had put himself about and he was subbed at 65 minutes again. People having issues
and reactions.
With that. Forgetting that he's the only striker that we have available. Forgetting that we have
another game.
A very big game in the weekend. So you don't need to run everybody to the ground to prove a point or to try to win a game when you have other people that could do the same job. And then for Eze, I don't think he had enough of the ball to exert himself in the game, which was due to how the first half turned out. And then for Madueke, who has been a very important outlet for us when we sit deep and play
he was brilliant
this kind of
today.
Teams. He was, but I still have a problem with how he plays. And I mentioned it in the last chat that we had, and I said, I understand your need to drive at your defender.
To take on the defender,
but sometimes you have to choose when to do that. Today, there were so many times where he had 2 people. See, if you're 1v1, all well and good though, but you had a triangle of 3 people with you, a simple pass, it becomes 3v2.
1-2, those 1-2s that Saka is very, very, very good with that.
And then also, he needs to, I know all these things will come with his game, right? It would come. He's still new. He's happy playing and all of that. He needs to also release his balls early. There were 2 situations today where he had the opportunity to take the cross on his strong foot or on his weaker foot.
Yeah.
He delayed on the ball, did some swivels, and then lost the ball. And then you see everybody waiting in the box running to try to stop a counter, right? And we outnumbered them in the box when he should have released. There are times he did release the ball. I won't take that away from him, but consistently trying to, pick the right moment. And that is the quality that the person that is ahead of him in that position has, when to do something. But I'm fine with him. He's a very good player and he would definitely improve. This is not the finished product of,
Madueke. Do you know what? So that is what Madueke is doing. Perhaps is his instructions. And that's exactly what fans have been crying out for. Wingers that take on their fullbacks. Now we have wingers that takes on the fullback. We're like, no, he takes on the fullbacks too much. It's like, no, we're insatiable.
Well, for people say that, but I'm not in that line. I'm fine with how he does it, but there are situations where the smarter choice, instead of trying to dribble past 3 people, you will still get it, but just a quick release, like bounce off somebody. That takes away one body, right? And then you have enough energy to run in behind and all of that. But all that will come. Again, he played 90 minutes today. And we eventually won the game. And this sets us up properly going into a big game come this weekend. And you know what? I can.
And you know what?
People are allowed to dream.
I remember fans always complaining about Mikel's late subs last season, saying, why does he keep leaving players on till the end? Give them a rest. The game, like make the subs change the game. Don't just stick to one strategy early. Now, this season, we see he's making a lot of early subs, resting players and switching things up. And guess what? The fan base is still complaining.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Like you can't satisfy everybody. That is why he's the one doing the job and not some of us, right?
And not the fans, right?
Yeah, I allow.
Guys talk like it's as if they're playing FC 25, 26. Like it's actually crazy. But yeah, brilliant results. Beautiful way to kick off the Champions League campaign. I mean, I'm delighted. However, we left it a bit late, but I mean, that's why it's a 90-minute game. It's not just about the starting 11, it's a whole squad. Now, it feels like Arteta has the depth required to excel in all the competitions we're in.
Tight games. That was what we suffered.
Win tight games that ultimately should translate to winning trophies. It feels like there's actually no excuse at this point, Look at the injury list out. Odegaard, Saka, Jesus, Havertz, Ben White. But still, he was able to put together a very strong 11 and still have proper depth, on the bench, right? So I think it feels like a now or never time. He must be under immense pressure.
Well, it comes with a job at a big club like this, like Arsenal, and for how long we've not raised our armpits, according to one of my friends. That is what he calls trophies. I'm like, I need to raise armpits, so I need to show armpits rather. So but it will come. I'm not worried about that. I have a strong feeling that would come. We'll be showing some armpits come the end of the season.
Hopefully so. Well, 2-0, 0-2, however you phrase it. Arsenal, we go marching on. Thanks for kicking it with us as usual. We'll be back.
One more thing.
Yeah?
Again, my job is done. Let the hate watch begin. Thank you.
Exactly. Do you know what? I think we should actually start a series and call it Hate Watch, where we bring rival fans on.
I would love that. And we can banter, not every time
just banter and talk about not everything. Yeah. Actually, I think that'll be amazing. So listen, if you are a rival fan, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, I won't even include Man United. It's unfair to banter United at this point. So if you're a rival fan...
No, we need that nail in the coffin, actually. We need the nail in the coffin. Now is the time to banter them. We need that final nail in the coffin. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you're a rival fan and you would love to join us and just talk, before and after games and just basically hang out with us, just shoot us a comment or send a DM to either of us, and we would be happy to just have you. This is all good vibes, talking about the beautiful game that we love, and yeah, I think that would be beautiful. Any last words, Eddie?
None, just bring on the weekend.
Alrighty, looking forward to an exciting weekend, and we'll see you
on the next
one.